Mr. Zuckerberg, did Meta purposely design the platform to harm children?
That's Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg walking into a Los Angeles courthouse today to give testimony in a landmark social media trial. That lawsuit was brought by a young woman and her mother. They claim Instagram and YouTube purposefully designed features to make their platforms more addictive for children. Zuckerberg previously testified before U.S. Congress about the issue, but this marks the first time that he has spoken about it in court. For more on the case, I want to bring in Ira Spitzer from San Francisco. Ira, what did we learn from Mark Zuckerberg's testimony today?
So a dramatic day unfolded in that courtroom in Los Angeles. Before the lunch recess, the lawyers for the plaintiff in this case, the 20-year-old woman who has accused Meta as well as Google of designing their products to cause addiction and to get her and other children hooked on their products. So the lawyers for the plaintiff grilling Facebook CEO or Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg on internal company documents, past statements, specifically company policies that seem to show that they were targeting younger users, despite Instagram and Facebook now having an age limit of 13, but company documents talking about the difficulties enforcing that age limit, as well as some allusions to a desire to get children to sign on as tweens, and that way they'll stay on as teens. So a lot of these sort of statements presented directly to Mark Zuckerberg before this jury, and the Meta CEO often replying fairly defensively, saying things like, "You're mischaracterizing what I'm saying," or "That's not exactly how it happened. This is taken out of context." So that was kind of the tone of Zuckerberg's testimony. And then in the afternoon, the questioning switched to Meta's lawyers, and then Mark Zuckerberg was able to tell the story of the founding of Facebook and talking about his vision of trying to connect people and trying to tell a more positive story, because of course the story at the heart of this case is something very dark. It's young people with mental health issues, suicidal ideation, all sorts of things that they attribute to social media use. And this plaintiff, as well as others, are pointing the finger directly at platforms like the ones run by Meta.
There are a number of other lawsuits, as I understand it, that are making some similar claims. They're looking at this case that we're talking about as a kind of litmus test. What can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So this particular case is really a trial balloon, so to speak, for how this jury will rule. And there are thousands of other cases ready to go if it should be established that there is some liability from Meta and Google in this case. And what Meta here has argued is that the evidence showing that this that addiction is present, they say that this is not actually strong enough evidence that irresponsible social media use doesn't equal addiction, and that mental health struggles of these plaintiffs were there despite the social media use perhaps exacerbating them. So that's kind of the defense here, but we'll see if the jury how they interpret this. And again, if they were to rule against Meta and Google in this case, that could open the door to thousands of other cases, potentially billions of dollars of liability, possible changes to the platform. So this really is a landmark case in a lot of ways.
Ira Spitzer in San Francisco, thank you.